Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm here to talk about the most misunderstood stock in the stock market. I think this one is insanely undervalued. There's a value proposition that the price is just not meeting where the stock should be. And as soon as people realize that, because it is misunderstood, the stock price is going to jump very fast. So if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to smash that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 700 subscribers. I really appreciate you guys' support. You've been loving the videos recently. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So the stock that we're here, and also the stock market is down a lot today. It's been up a lot too. Even in the past week with it down today, I'm still up. But that's fine. I'm happy. Unless you're at the age of retirement or where you're about to take your money out, you should celebrate every day the stock market goes down like this. I just deposited $500, as you can see here. I'm gonna start buying stocks. Okay, I mean, even live this video, I'm gonna buy $200 worth of ticker symbol cake. This is Cheesecake Factory. So let's just do that right now. Let's buy $200 worth of Cheesecake Factory for you guys and show you that I'm not kidding. I want to put my money where my mouth is. I really do believe in this company. So Cheesecake Factory, there we go. Just got the shares right now, over $1,000 in Cheesecake Factory, 4% of the portfolio. Cheesecake Factory's been on a tear recently, but it's been down also. So the past 3 months, we're down almost 20%. But in the past year, in the past 5 years, this stock's up. This stock's up a lot. They pay a 2% dividend, market cap of 2.59 billion, 16.51 PE ratio, very low, especially in the restaurant space where they're trying to scale to. If we take a look at other companies like Chipotle, their PE ratio is 36. If we take a look at Texas Roadhouse, their PE ratio is even 25. So 16 is a very low PE ratio. That's just some of the bigger restaurant stocks as well. I mean, even Wingstop, look at their PE ratio. They're just 41. So there's a lot of really high PE ratio stocks out there that are in the restaurant space. But Cheesecake Factory, it's not an AI company like I've been covering recently, but I think it has potential to grow like one. So let's get right into why. It's very misunderstood, very misunderstood. So this is why right here. I just want to show you guys right away. So this is the investor presentation, and this is why it's misunderstood. There's 216 Cheesecake Factory locations. There's 46 North Italia locations, 42 Flower Child locations, and 52 Fox Restaurant Concepts locations. You guys probably didn't even know that Cheesecake Factory owns other restaurants, as I didn't know either until I looked deeply into the stock. But Cheesecake Factory owns 3 other restaurant chains, two that are really expanding, and then Fox Restaurant Concept locations, which are a bunch of different restaurants. So this company has a market cap of 3.2 billion and a revenue of 3.6. Their revenue is exceeding their market cap, which really goes to show this company is pretty undervalued or something's going wrong, which nothing's going wrong. So these stats I'm not worried about at all. I just want to I don't want to waste your guys' time. I just want to get right into why this company is overvalued. So North Italia right here we see is an Italian restaurant that's offering, classic Italian hand-tossed pizzas, Italian favorites, and homemade pasta, things of that nature. Their average check is $30 to $40, which is very good. If we take a look right here, Cheesecake Factory is right up there at $31, but this one, 36, Maggiano's, not sure what that is. But they're selling high ticket items, okay? So North Italia is a very, good restaurant for making money. Potential for 200 domestic locations over time. That's how much Cheesecake Factory has right now. And we're seeing that they're targeting 20% average annual unit growth rate. So what these restaurant companies will do a lot of the time is say, oh, we have potential for 1,000 locations over time. But they don't say that they're targeting an average annual unit growth rate. They're just saying, oh, eventually we're going to get to that. No, Cheesecake Factory is setting it up. They're making a runway so that this is actually going to happen, targeting 20% average annual unit growth rate, attractive return profile and sales growth. And then we get into Flower Child. So North Italia, this is great. I'm very happy with North Italia. Very, robust, growing restaurant in the Italian space, which is a space where a lot of money is going to be made, I think, in the future. Very popular cuisine. Restaurants don't have the highest, profit margins, but at the same time, if you have 200 of them, or like we're about to see, 700 of them, then you're going to make some money in the end. So Flower Child has potential for 700 domestic locations. Yes, 700. That is insane. A differentiated concept in the growing fast casual dining segment, 42 locations as of right now, and they're also targeting 20% average annual unit growth rate. And honestly, you'd be underestimating it. You can get from 42 to 700 fast with 20% average annual unit growth rate. I wouldn't be surprised if this annual unit growth rate starts to speed up towards the end of the 700 as well, just because they're pumping out so many restaurants. So what this restaurant has, I also believe in the vision. Not only do I believe in the 700 domestic locations, which it's hard not to believe in, the vision for this restaurant is also insane. So they have a healthy, balanced dining experience with organic, gluten-free, and vegan dishes. This is becoming increasingly popular over the next, couple of decades. I think a lot of people are going to worry more and more about their health. So if you can get these healthier options where you're charging a premium, but people aren't worried about that. People will pay the premium for the healthier food. That's why it says right here they have an attractive consumer demographic. Like, for example, I have a friend, I've gone to restaurants with him. I get a burger, he gets a veggie burger. It's, maybe $5 or $8 more to get a veggie patty. He's not worried. That's just normal. That's normal in the restaurant space. And a lot of people that come here are going to be wanting that. So, I mean, it's just, there's a lot of ways that they can make a lot of money. So I'm really happy with Flower Child. So North Italia, I think, is a great idea, and they're going to make a lot of money on it. There's no question about it. Flower Child is going to be their business. I think Flower Child is going to be what drives Cheesecake Factory's, revenue and profit. And once Cheesecake Factory does change their name, I think that will happen eventually. That segues into this Fox Restaurant Concepts. I think that would be a much better, blanket name for Cheesecake Factory. Because when I go to invest in a Cheesecake Factory, it looks like I'm buying Cheesecake Factory, the restaurant itself, which I don't want to do. I don't want to just buy Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, it's good, but it's not something I want to put my money in. I want to put my money into Flower Child, North Italia, and Fox Restaurant Concepts. So Fox Restaurant Concepts, there's 52 locations in 11 states, $300 million revenue in 2024, not bad. What Fox Restaurant Concepts is this is how they found out about North Italia and Flower Child, is through testing them in Fox Restaurant Concepts. So it's kind of an incubation stage, like it says right here, boutique brands at an incubation stage. So there's probably 2 or 3 locations for all of these restaurants, some maybe even 1. There's even restaurants here that they're not mentioning, I'm pretty sure. So these are the levels to this for Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory has a global footprint. They have over 200 locations worldwide. We know this. National expansion is North Italia and Flower Child. These are going to be growing worldwide. They're on the route. They've tested them out. They said, okay, these work, these make money, and let's, almost 100x the size of how many restaurants there are. And then we see their testing growth for 3 of these restaurants. So Culinary Dropout, Blanco, and the Henry are all Fox Restaurant Concepts that they've begun to test growth on. I'm very happy with that. I think that, I've looked into these restaurants as well, and these ones can be as big as North Italia and Flower Child. Cheesecake Factory is really building a beautiful thing here, honestly. I like the other stocks that I talk about, but this one is one that I very heavily believe in. I don't know how fast it's going to grow from this, but just over time, for the long term, this is a stock that I haven't seen a stock this attractive besides SoFi in a long time, to be completely transparent with you guys. So these are a lot of boutique brands right here as well. I think, any one of these also has the potential to be North Italia Flower Child size, which are going to be as big as the Cheesecake Factory. So with every successful restaurant, Flower Child is going to be bigger than the Cheesecake Factory. North Italia is going to be just as big. You can just double or triple this company's valuation. And even then, the growth rates are going to be higher. So, it's kind of crazy stuff, because they already have Cheesecake Factory, which prints money for them. This is a cash cow. That's how they can pay the 2% dividend yield. I'd like to see them get rid of that and just focus on growth. But, the company is going to do what the company does. I don't mind it. I don't mind getting a 2% dividend. But also accelerating unit growth rate, we see that they actually are building these new locations. They're not just, talking it up. So we see Cheesecake Factory gets 2 more, Culinary Dropout gets 2 more locations, especially these boutique brands adding 2 or 1 more location. They're going to be the North Italia and the Flower Childs over the next coming year. So North Italia, they added 4 locations because, remember, they're trying to grow at 20% per year. So they'd need to add 4 more before the end of the year. This is July 29th, 2025, so they still have some time. They probably added more since this was made. Same thing for Flower Child. They launched 6 new locations, but they're still probably going to drop a few more before the end of the year ends. So their financial performance, this is the part that you guys are probably waiting for. This is interesting. So Cheesecake Factory doesn't make a lot of money. There's no surprise. They do make a decent amount of money, but it's so expensive in the restaurant industry that you're not making a lot off the top line. I mean, you're making a lot of revenue, but your profit is slim. Okay. So the comp sales we see versus 2023, they're up 1%. And then quarter two, 2025, they're up 1.2%. So they're still making money. Love to see it. North Italia is actually down 1%. I'm not worried about this. They're making an insane investment and expansion on this restaurant. I think that North Italia costs a lot more to start than these Flower Childs. These Flower Childs are just great ideas. I mean, just a Chipotle style restaurant focused purely on health. They're going to do great. And then Fox Restaurant Concepts, we see that they're actually kind of nailing this out, up 2% on average weekly sales versus second quarter 2024. So I really do like to see that. They're up a lot on that. Their total revenue is almost $1 billion in one quarter. If they get this up, they're going to have a $4 billion revenue year, which would be great. A nice little growth for them. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to look over. We see this again. They're targeting approximately 4.9% net income margin. For the restaurant industry, that's good. That's pretty much what you expect in the restaurant industry, and then as many as 25 new restaurants opening. So basically, the name of the game with the restaurant industry is get as many locations as you can because your margins probably aren't going to be that good. And then as soon as you get just with those locations, you're obviously going to multiply how much you're making. Quality growth opportunity, we see Cheesecake Factory is growing at a 2 to 3% clip with 200 restaurants. So they're thinking about opening 4 to 6 a year, it seems, right now. I'm not worried about that. I think that's great, especially if they're expanding internationally. Cheesecake Factory is one that I think their international brand can really grow. North Italia, we see 20%, like we talked about. Same thing for Flower Child. And then also Fox Restaurant Concepts. So these aren't nailed in like Flower Child and North Italia. But honestly, I just wouldn't be surprised if they just nail in the Henry or the Blanco or Culinary Dropout and make it on scale with the Flower Child and the North Italia. So they're going to have 3 more of these. So I mean, 4 or 5 more of these even. So I think that these 20% growth rates are amazing for them. And this is a really good graphic right here that you guys should pay attention to. So their market potential, they have $5 billion revenue growth potential. This is going to happen. I think this is conservative. We see that their number of locations, what they're expecting, and then what they have right now, and then what they're actually making. So from 42 all the way to 700, this company is making 4.4 million. Cheesecake Factory is making 12.3, and then North Italia is making 7.7. So you can just do the math here. I mean, we just multiply everything, and then even as they get these more, nailed out, they're probably gonna get more money than that. And we see that very soon, future revenue opportunity, they're almost 3xing their revenue. So $5 billion revenue growth potential, and then you're profiting 5% on top of that. So Cheesecake Factory is going to be, upping their profit margins a very good amount. And then when you also throw Culinary Dropout, the Henry and Blanco in the mix, this is going to be more. This is probably going to be closer to 10 billion. So you can expect Cheesecake Factory to triple their stock price at least over the next 10 years, I'd say, which isn't going to happen in the S&P 500, and that's all we're looking for. Is if you can outpace the S&P 500 as a retail investor, you're doing something right. That's the best you can look for right there. So it doesn't really get better than that. History of outperforming the industry. We see Cheesecake Factory knows what they're doing. They're a very solidified restaurant, to say the least. A lot of financial stuff down here. You guys can look at it right here. We just see, Cheesecake Factory is making a lot of investments, so their money is down a little bit just because of these investments, but I'm also not worried about it. They're setting themselves up for the future very nicely. And yeah, I think that Cheesecake Factory is a very attractive investment right here. Not my usual video. It's not an AI company or an AI stock, but I do think that there's a lot of opportunity in those. Like the other day, I just covered Path, UiPath. We see that stock is down today with the rest of the market, but I mean, in the past week, still up 32% if you guys got in. And then also, if we look at Big Bear AI, another big company that I'm covering a lot of, this one's down 2% today, while it was up 16%, okay? I'm actually going to buy a little bit of this right now on video. This isn't, the video for it, I don't think, but I'm probably just going to put, $100 in Big Bear AI. Really do believe in this company as well. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to smash that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Stock market's down a lot today. Be sure to deposit some money if you have some. Now is the perfect time to invest into the stock market. There's a lot of stocks that are down 5% plus today. We see, ELF is down 10%, AMD is down 7%. these are companies that I'm up a lot on, but this definitely takes a hit to the portfolio. You know, this is down almost $1,000 today, but all time up around 6,000. So very happy with my investments. Very happy with Cheesecake Factory for the long term. Insane amount of potential. Like I said, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the love so much, guys. Gonna come out with a new video tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Peace.